Sawadee Cop. Got a shirt on today. Yay. I'm going to the hospital to do my routine little checkup, whatever. I had 2 heart attacks and a mini stroke, as if you didn't know. So I see a doctor here on a regular basis, heart doctor. She takes my blood, checks to make sure everything's cool. Ever since I did the juice up in Pi, drinking carrot juice, cucumber juice, celery juice, whatever, every morning, my numbers have been way down low and good. So, everything's cool, nothing's wrong, it's just routine. She prescribes my meds, which have actually lowered, which is a good thing. I'm taking less pills than I did in the West, with the goal of eventually getting rid of all the pills and not having to take any medicine or meds at all. That's the goal. So I need to eat a way better diet. After which is one of my favorite, after whatever, is one of my favorite restaurants here in Chiang Mai. It's an all-you-can-eat German buffet. I did a review of it, or 2. I think I even did 2 videos on it. Great place, great guy. Udal is a German guy who runs it. He's a really good cook. Homemade pretzels, really good homemade bratwurst, homemade sauerkraut, and desserts. It's a great spread for like 200 baht, so like less than $7. That's all you can eat, and it's really good food. So during this latest lockdown, which ends today, by the way, thank God, they fucking came to their senses and got their foot off of people's throats. So the restaurants are back open again today for dine-in, and I plan to take advantage of that. But during the lockdown, he was doing delivery, carry out, whatever, come and take out, just to try to stay afloat. And Jeffrey and I went over and bought a bunch of food from him just to support him, during this downtime where he's not allowed to have customers, which makes no sense for COVID at all. So thank God they've lifted that ban, and as of today, people can go and eat out again. And especially in Thailand, because like I said, it's a foodie country. So people love to eat out here, and expats like to eat out too because of the variety. Once again, it's German food, you know what I mean? And I'm used to, in the States, being to go out and get Mexican, Greek, Italian, whatever you feel like you could go get. And here in Thailand, it's the same way when you can dine out. The markets don't serve that type of food. They serve Thai food. But there are many, many, many Western restaurants out there, especially in Chiang Mai. It's a big city. Bangkok, Chiang Mai. There's not any type of food that you really can't find here, I don't think. So anyway, I went to visit my boy Udal, and I did a takeout order, and I got a kilo, which is like 2.2 pounds of bratwurst. That's a lot of bratwurst. I had bratwurst for like 3 days. And sauerkraut, of course, to go with that, homemade. It's really good. Like I said, he makes good food. And a cheesecake. And I ordered a whole cheesecake because I'm a big fat sweat hog and I love food. Cherry cheesecake this one. No, just regular cheesecake. I had a can of cherries from the market that I put on there. And milk, of course. Got to have milk with dessert. But the Thai lady took my order and whatever. She came out with a half a cheesecake because Jeffrey got there before me and he ordered a half a cheesecake. So she's like, okay, he said whole cheesecake, but really no human being can conceive he can get one of these whole cheesecakes because it's this friggin' tall, so a whole one is like a lot, it's like 12 portions or something. So she just brought out a half, and I'm like, you know what, fine. It's when I saw how big it was, how thick it was, how tall it was, I was like, okay, half's good. And I actually still have a piece left in there. I mean, I've been eating it, and it's fucking huge, right? So obviously my diet is not as good as it was up in Mae Hong Son when I was focused on my health more. I really got to kind of get back to that, get off the cheesecake, get off the bratwurst, stop eating bacon and pizza until I hit my goal, 220 pounds, right, 100 kilos. But it was delicious. Udal makes some good friggin' food, and I pigged out. I enjoyed myself. May 17th, if you appreciate the kindness shown you by others, say it with actions as well as words, okay? The people who enjoy the greatest financial and personal success in life are those who build lasting relationships. That's 1,000% true. It's all about the relationships. With business associates, friends, co-workers, and others. They take the time and trouble to stay in touch, and they make sure that when someone does a good deed for them, they respond in kind. Build your network of personal and professional friends by taking initiative and being a friend. Oh my God, that was a small paragraph, a short paragraph, but a very deep and meaningful paragraph. There's jokes and stuff in movies about and books about the meaning of life, right? What is the meaning of life? Do we as humans really understand it? That is the fucking meaning of life right there. Build relationships. We're on a planet of 7.8 billion people, right? And your happiness and your wealth and success are directly tied to how many of those 7.8 billion people are in your network. And what I mean by in your network is you can call them anytime and ask for a favor, and they would do it for you gladly, and vice versa. That's how it works. You would do anything for them, they would do anything for you. The bigger the amount of people, the network that you have that fits that definition or criteria, the more successful you're going to be in a lot of ways, and not just money. Yeah, the money will come. The money's part of it, as I always explain, but it's so much more. There's so many more intangibles. When I talk to my buddies back in the States through line calls, which is like Skype or WhatsApp, it's an online video thing, or Facebook. Some of them talk to me on Facebook Messenger through that app, the phone call, on a video call. I feel good. Like I enjoy talking to my buddies, right? And I assume they enjoy talking to me or they wouldn't be doing it, right? Now, when I need something done, a phone call made in the States or something picked up or something moved, the first thing I do is go to my buddies, go to one of my friends and say, hey man, can you help me out? Can you do this? Sure, no problem, bro. Because I've hooked them up in the past various ways, and I still try to hook them up, but of course there is a little bit of a disconnect with me being in Thailand. So it's not that I value them for being able to get stuff done for me. I do. It's that I value their friendship and they value mine. You understand? So shit gets done because I have friends, and relationships is a better way to put it too, because there's like the title company guy, John, right? I mean, he has worked wonders with me since I've been here and done online notary stuff and all this, and really, gone above and beyond. Are we friends? No, not really, but we have a relationship. And every chance I get, I'll send business his way. Yes, because he's my friend or I have a relationship with him, but more importantly, he gets the job done. So when I refer other people in my network to John, I know he's going to treat them right, like he treats me. He's squared away. Let's face it, some people suck at their jobs, right? They go to work and they just do what they got to do to get a paycheck. Other people like John, who owns the title company, it's his baby, it's his passion, like One Realty Corp is my passion, and he just does things right. He gets it done. Not everybody does that. Not everybody cares. Not everybody goes the extra mile. John does. So everybody I can send to him to do their closings at his title company helps him financially, right? But it also helps them. I'm doing a favor to my network to give them a roofer, a plumber, an electrician, a title company who gives a shit, who care. What I'm saying when I make a recommendation of one person in my network to another is this is a good person. This is a person who gets it done. I was talking the other day about me and Bob Sargent, and we had a relationship, right? And he trusted me to complete the transaction. I trusted him. He wouldn't screw me over, and he'd do the right thing if something was wrong, right? That trust is huge. Well, here now we're talking about a vendor, a title company guy, and it's the same thing. There's trust built up over time, and there isn't anything I wouldn't do for John, and there hasn't been anything he wouldn't do for me. Once again, he's been instrumental in selling properties and things like that for me overseas. He made it work. He figured it out. That's invaluable to me. right? And it's all because I had a small relationship with them while I was there. Just towards the end, I had used other title companies who were also great. I mean, I had good relationships with 3 other title companies I used on the regular. Found John kind of late in the game. A lot of my agents were using them. A lot of investors were using them. Word gets out. Once again, it spreads in the network. So I started using John just before I left. And I built up enough of a bond, a relationship that, he jumped in with both feet and started swimming when I moved here to Thailand. Great guy. And once again, that's what today's paragraph's all about. And I can't tell you how powerful that is. I can't tell you how important that is. Everything in this book is good to get in your head, pretty much. I've said when I haven't agreed with the paragraph, but by far most of the 330 something days have been gold, nuggets. This paragraph is, if you watch this video only out of all 330 something, this is what you need to understand, because with relationships come everything else, because different people are good at different things. I talked about the new broker coming into One Realty Corp and the lady, and she's crossed the T's and dot the I's. She's detail oriented. That's different from me. That's way different than me. So her strengths complement my weaknesses, which is repetitive tasks that I find boring and mundane and a grind, right? So we fit together. We're a good team because I have the creative spark and the ideas and the personality, recruiting agents, blah, blah, blah. She is get everything straight. Okay, fine, you got 50 agents. Let's get them organized. Let's break it down. Let's get a system, right? It's important. That's important. That's as important as my piece. So part of having a network is finding people who are good at things that you're not good at or don't want to do. That's huge. I can't say how big this whole thing is, because your relationships define your success, define what you're doing, what you're working with. You can't do it alone. Nobody can do it alone. Nobody's the Lone Ranger. Chris Varnes, who I talked about a lot last summer, he's an up-and-comer wholesaler. He's making a ton of cash. He's doing really well. He's killing it, and he started from nothing. So I think he's an inspiration to everybody who's not in the business now and wants to be. He has an expression: teamwork makes the dream work, right? And he probably picked that up from somewhere, but who cares? It's a good slogan. He says it all the time. He believes in it. He does it. And teamwork does make the dream work. It's absolutely true, 100%. So huge paragraph today. Think about it over and over. Write it down on a piece of paper. Just if you're a good builder and relationships, you'll be a good builder of a business. That's a fact, Jack. See you all later. Oh, the shirt. Yeah, doctor. I already said that. See you all later. Have a good day.